Howdy, folks. Andrew here. Popcorn and whiskey. I am the face who runs the place. Salute. Cheers. Here we go. You know what? I don't even know what this is this evening, but it's good. Has an oaky taste to it. Anyway, glad you all are here. Appreciate everyone being here. And I know I'll give people a few minutes to come in and be on and do all that good stuff. First of all, I got to make sure my microphone's working, which I'm pretty sure it is. There. Yep. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, got the old here. Blue Jays jersey on. And Blue Jays, yes. Can you tell who I am rooting for in the World Series? There you go. Absolutely. And I tell you what, this jersey I got out of storage. This is the first time this jersey has ever been worn. In the mid-90s, that's how far back this goes. Probably 30 years. I was working at a restaurant. I bought two of these from Toronto itself because one of the guys in a restaurant wanted one as well. I was a bartender at a restaurant. And when I got the jerseys, I got one for me and one for him. Now, he never did pay me for it, so he didn't get the jersey. And my jersey, the one I had, which I wore quite frequently all through the rest of the 90s and the 2000s, and I guess through the course of me moving to different states, different cities, all the transports I've done, somewhere it got lost in the move, given to somebody took it. I don't know what happened to it, but I can't find it. So lo and behold, my mother still had this one in storage. And I'm going to assume the other one was bigger than this one because this is extremely tight on me and the other one wasn't. Maybe I've grown muscles up here. Uh-oh. Watching the World Series. Okay. Whew. All right. Long fly ball. All right. Good. All right. And I have this one now. That's the way, basically that's how it goes. Still have my other Blue Jays t-shirt, which I don't know if that's a worn t-shirt from back when I was a lot skinnier, a lot less muscle, I guess it was. Hi, John. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Go Jays, eh? And so, yes, I have the World Series on in the background of the TV, which is right over there. So if you see me looking over that way, I'm watching the World Series. Or don't take the World serious. That's it, the World Series. If you know, you know. Anyway, so that's what's happening there. John, anyone but the Dodgers. No, I gotta say, I've grown to be a Dodger fan, and here's why. I shouldn't say Dodger fan. I think the best commentator of all time, without question, is Vin Scully, God rest his soul, and who was a Dodgers guy, and he was by far the best. I remember driving late at night back when you can actually pick up stations on your radio in your car, and a lot of times, and I don't know why I remember this, but it's called the Westwood One Radio Network, which played a lot of different stuff. And I remember listening to ball games. I love late at night driving at the time. I loved listening to ball games, especially if it was a good commentator. That was the main thing, good commentator. If it wasn't a good commentator, it wasn't no good. But when Vin Scully was doing the play-by-play, marvelous, fantastic. Now, I will say this as well. Another one who I love listening to, I don't know the guy's name, don't even know if he's still there anymore, haven't a clue. But I lived in Cleveland for a couple of years, just outside of Cleveland. Might as well say Cleveland. It was actually called Broadview Heights is where I lived, which is a suburb of Clinton, a suburb of Cleveland. So while I was there, I started listening and watching the Cleveland Indians baseball team. Yes, I'm still calling them the Indians. The Guardians is a dumb name. Cleveland, you should be ashamed of yourselves for crying out, the Guardians. Give me a freaking break. They will always be the Indians. So I'm listening to the Indians. There you go. And who's ever doing a commentary at the time, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005-ish, in that area, he was phenomenal. He was great. Not as good as Vin Scully. He was just a step below Vin Scully, but he was good. He was up there. I loved listening to that. So to me, baseball commentary is where it's at. If it's done properly, it's theater of the mind, so to speak. And the same thing, and I've talked about this a gazillion times, I'll talk about a gazillion and one, is the NASCAR commentary. The radio, it's called NPR, not NPR. It's called PRN. Oh, heaven forbid I said NPR. Holy moly. It's bad, Andrew. Okay. PRN, the Performance Racing Network, and MRN, the Motor Racing Network. They go back and forth between each week. They one or the other does a commentary, the radio commentary, and they are good. They are beyond good. All right. So that's another thing. I am in the process of breaking myself from saying, all right. So when you hear me, there you go. So when you when you hear me say, all right, so no, I'm in the process of breaking that habit of saying that. And here's why. Because when I do my podcasts, and I do live podcasts, I don't even know if that's a term or not, but I do one take recordings of my podcast now. I used to edit them down. If I didn't like something, I'd redo it. But no, I was like, you know what? I'm too lazy to do that stuff, man. It's not authentic, if you ask me, once you start breaking it up and doing different things. So with my podcast for my top fitness strategies, I do it in one take, mess up. And it's a 5-minute podcast now, unless I'm interviewing somebody. So it's 5-minute podcast, top fitness strategies. Go there, check it out. I'll be talking about that as we go along here with with when I get into Substack and things of that sort. I knew John was going to bring this up. Harry Carey, Harry Carey inebriated commentary. Harry Carey had his own style, of course. And if you don't know, Harry Carey was, when I was growing up, was for the Cubs commentary. And he was also, before that, I guess he was for the Cardinals, I guess. I don't know the whole story behind Harry Carey. But he was a special kind of commentator as well. Did not give you so much theater of the mind. It was more of a TV for him. He was good on the radio, but he had to see it on TV more than anything else. As opposed to the other ones I'm talking about, they were more radio broadcasters. And the guys who were good on radio that can bring that over to the television, that's a whole different ballgame in itself right there. Yeah. we can talk about that all night long as well. So I'm also bringing this up. If has anybody in here ever heard of Substack? It was a blogging platform. It's morphed into a lot more than that. You can basically run your entire business, online business, through Substack. I'm still learning about it. I'm at the beginning stages of it, but it seems to be pretty cool. I want to show you guys something. Oh, wait a second. Now I lost myself here. Going back again because I have two Substacks: the Popcorn and Whiskey, and where's it at here? And then Top Fitness Strategies. Okay, so with Top Fitness Strategies website, there we go. I got Top Fitness Strategies and Popcorn and Whiskey. So I'm gonna go through both of them because I have both of them as what they call publications or pages on Substack. All right. So once I start doing this way, share screen, you're gonna come over here. You're gonna share the screen. Share. Okay. Once I put this on the screen, share screen. There we go. Okay. Share screen. So this is what this is Substack. This is my page on Substack. Okay. This is where I'm hosting. I shouldn't say this is where I'm putting a lot of my podcasts and writings on. Now you can come here, check it out, see all the different things I have here. Right now it's basically full of podcasts, 5-minute podcasts, and I will be putting interviews on here as well. Now, I also have this one. This is my Popcorn and Whiskey podcast on here, when I'm taking snippets of this broadcast and putting it on this page. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing that or not, for a myriad of reasons, because honestly, there's no reason to have it on here at this point, unless I'm going to go live on here, which I'm live on other platforms as of this record, as of the time of this, not recording, this live stream. John, yeah, I've heard of Substack, but I haven't gone there yet. Well, I'll tell you what, here's what I want you to do, John. Go to this link. I'll tell you what, here. I'll put this link in the commentary for you. Go to this link. Boom, boom. And so you're probably on Facebook, so I have to come over here on Facebook and do it this way. Go to this link, and once you are there, you will go to Top Fitness Strategies. Okay, up here in the bar, you're going to have something called survey. Go to the survey, click it, and answer the 3 questions I have up there. All right, anybody here, please click on that. And if you can do both while you're watching me, listening to me, and do that, great, fantastic. But go there and click the survey, and we'll leave it there like that. Real self-explanatory. Okay. Hey, look at this. All right, let me show this. My buddy Michael. Hey, yo, the Media Maverick from Mayhem Media is stopping by to say hello. Hi, Michael. I don't know which one you go by, Michael or Mike. The Media Maverick. There you go. I've been on his show a few times when we talk professional wrestling going on over there. And I got a surprise for you next time I'm on. I got a something I'm gonna wear for you. All right. But anyway, so go to Substack, check it out, check out my profile, and tell me which one you like better. You like this platform better, where all the podcasts are down here, or this one better, where the main hub is right here? Well, I think I'm going to use this one for Top Fitness Strategies, because I'm going to put something different right here in the middle, and you can scroll down and see different things. But yeah, you can control your whole business with this, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, so there you go. All right, so get this out of there. So that's what's going on there. All right. John, I'll get to it. Anything for my buddy. Hey, don't do it for me. Do it for you. Don't do it for me. Do it for you. But anyway, so with Substack, getting back to it, for business purposes, if you're online and if you have any kind of online presence at this point, I am telling you, Substack may be something that you want to look into. And actually, I'm just scratching the surface of it. I'm scratching the scratch of the surface of it, and it's powerful. It's blogging, podcasting, interaction, what do you call it? Social media, all rolled into one. And here's the kicker: as of right this second, it's free. You can get free stuff. So if you have a domain, just for instance, like myself, I have several domain names. One of them is Top Fitness Strategies. I can forward it to that page I just showed you if I wanted to. Now, I have a website all built out for Top Fitness Strategies, but I don't need to, because I can do it all with Substack. Keep that in mind for anybody here watching this. Okay? So, yes, I break the rules of live streaming. I'm eating popcorn. You don't like it? Too bad. I'll tell you what I'm also going to do at this point is, wait a second here. What is it? 10-minute hotline. Here we go. 10-minute hotline coming up. You want to call? There. Boom, boom, boom. I should be set up to receive phone calls. I hope. You got 10 minutes. You call in, you got 10 minutes on a subject that whatever I'm talking about, or whatever subject you want to talk about. And yes, I will blast you with uncomfortable questions as well. Keep that in mind. Okay. Good. Good. John, you do you, bro. Well, you do the same, bro. You do you, bro. All right. So I got two controversial subjects I want to get into a little bit. I'm debating which one to go first. So, all right, here we go. So, I'm watching a video the other day of this lady, a very attractive lady, talking about a date she's recently been on. And she's in her 50s, and she's holding a little, she's blonde, very attractive, holding a little doggy, blah, blah, blah. And she's telling about how she met a guy on Tinder, Bumble, or something, one of those apps, and they talked a couple of times. And she actually said they video chatted once or twice, and decided to meet at a coffee shop. And she said they had a great time. They hit it off, fantastic time. Then she says, and if you're a woman watching this right now, please let me know what your thoughts are on this one, and also you guys as well. But then she says she finally asked him a question that she felt like she should have asked him beforehand. Now, I am not saying this verbatim like she was saying it, okay? And what she was saying is that the question that she asked him is if he drinks alcohol. Alcohol. And he says yes. And then she asked him how often. And he told her a couple of drinks a night. Okay, I believe what you want, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. And she says that at that point, she didn't want to go on with the relationship because she came from not a good background with alcohol and alcoholism. Okay, hey, her prerogative, like John says, you do you, bro. If that's what she wants, that's fine. I have no problem with that, and neither should the guy. And I'm not saying there's an issue with that whatsoever. But here's where the issue for me comes up, because I've been blasted about this one a couple of times too. And I no longer have it, so don't even bother thinking that I pursue this. But when I did have a profile on these dating apps, because I have before, one of the things that I put on there, I said, if you have a dog, that's especially if the dog sleeps with you, but if you have a dog in the house, let's not even bother with it because I don't want to be associated with you. I got blasted for that. Well, that's not right. You shouldn't let that be a game changer because somebody has a dog in the house. Why not? If it's okay for somebody to say, you know what, we're not compatible because you drink, why can't I say it's not compatible if you have a dog in the house? Answer me that one. I'm not saying it's good, bad, indifferent. I'm saying that's something I choose not to want to pursue in the long-term relationship. And here's why. I love dogs. Absolutely love dogs. Have no problem with dogs whatsoever. But when a dog takes over your life, you can't go to different places. You can't be spontaneous if you have a dog in the house. Live with a dog. You just can't. Yeah, the dogs are lovable. Yeah, they're your companion. I get it. And I'm sorry. There's some people out there listening that will maybe take offense to that. And I'm not saying that it's not in a negative way. I am not. And I get it. And I having a dog in there. But if you and I were going to pursue a long-term relationship, why is it okay for you to say, I don't want to date somebody who drinks? And me, it's not okay for me to say, I don't want to date somebody long-term, possible long-term, who has a dog in the house, especially if the dog goes to bed with him. If your dog sleeps in the same bed with you, that is definitely a deal breaker. No way, shape, or form that's going to happen. Sorry, it doesn't happen. So I would love to hear somebody's reaction to that, whether it's right or wrong, good or bad. And you have to look at it, step back and look at it from the outside coming in. If one is okay for somebody to say about the alcohol, should the other one be equally okay to say about the animal? Something to think about. Something to think about. Notice that no one's commenting on that either. Interesting at this point. Okay. Yes, dog lovers out there, come at me. Dog lovers out there, come at me on that one. Okay. I wonder if somebody did try to call and I just didn't get it. No, I guess not. Let's see. Your browser might prevent calls from ringing. Change your browser settings to allow Google Voice to play a sound. Oh. I did not know. Okay, hold on a second now. Scroll solo. That's all on there. Okay. All right. Whatever. Okay. So I still haven't got that squeak fixed. And you know, all it takes is a little bit of WD-40 and squirt, and it's done. That's all I got to do. But I haven't done that yet. So, and if you notice, I switched back to the other microphone tonight. Yes, we can talk podcasting, the ins and out of microphones, but I'm not even going to get into that at this point. Let's talk about, let's talk about popcorn. Oh, speaking of popcorn, here's something that I read today. Tell me if you agree with this one. The movie theaters haven't lost viewers or haven't lost business or haven't lost whatever because of the quality of movies. Movie theaters have lost business because of the $20 popcorn, the $13 drinks. What do you think of that? You know, when you stop and think about it, that's why I quit going to some of the theaters. I tell you, the theater that the only theater I will go to around here is close to me, is they have $5 movies. And yes, there are first runs, the first weekend they come out. And I can get a large popcorn, a large drink for I think $10, $11 with unlimited refills. All right. So once or twice throughout the movie, I'll run up and refill my drink, refill my popcorn. And when I leave the place, I refill my popcorn so I can have it home for the next couple of days. So there you go. Now, the bigger movie theater chains don't do that. The popcorn is way too expensive and you don't get refills. At least the last time I went. Now, this has been a long time since I've been to any other theater besides that one. I'm guessing 12, 13 years. No, I take that back. Last time I went, had a horrible experience. But I went to an AMC theater. This was 2018. I remember that because a certain thing was going on within my family and everything else. So I remember that. So I won't go to regular theater anymore. And unless they have unlimited popcorn, and I go for like a triple feature. Because I'll pay for one, and I'll go to 3 to 4 different ones. I don't care. So call me crazy, call me kooky, but I do that. But I'm too lazy now. I stay at home. It's not the money. It's not the $5 movies or the $11 drink and popcorn. It is the fact that I have Netflix. I have Peacock. I have access to Paramount Plus. Roku has movies. You have access to all kinds of movies on your TV now. And if you get Fire Stick and you jailbreak it, you got access to a lot more, but it's a whole different ball game there. So for me, it's the time driving there and the time driving back, and I'll get pissed off at myself if I go, just for the fact that I can stay at home and do the same thing, right? And if I had a date, different story, but I do not like having first dates going to a movie. I think that's weird. Well, not weird. I think that's wrong. And here's why. You don't have time to talk. You don't get the time to get to know each other. Right? And if you were going to bring your dog along, I don't want to do that. Let's see. John, Premier Cinema here in Byron, Texas. He's in Byron, Texas. Does charge a lot for popcorn and soda, but it is unlimited refills. They also serve beer, but I have had several former students who work there that tell me they so not care if you bring in your own snacks. Well, when I lived in Florida, because the movie theater stuff was so expensive, the girlfriend I had at the time and we usually stopped at Subway sandwiches and got a couple of foot-long subs, and she put it in her purse. We called it the Subway purse. She put it in her purse, and I'd also wear baggy pants, or I'd wear a jacket. Yes, it's Florida, but I still wear a jacket with inside pockets, and I'd bring in a couple of drinks as well. Was there alcohol involved? Probably. We'll leave it at that. Probably. Oh, Bryan, Texas, not Byron, Texas. Bryan, Texas. Sorry, Bryan, Texas. He lives. So so we just eat in the theater. We try to time it so we'd see 2 movies as well. Okay, there you go. I remember going once to the theater, and we saw some chick flick, and afterwards we was going to go see the movie True Grit when it came out, and with Jeff Bridges, True Grit. So we left the chick flick and went over to the other theater. As we got there, and was the first ones in the theater, because the movie's going to start in like 20 minutes or so. In comes another couple who we saw at the other place as well. They came in, they saw us, and we saw them. We started laughing. We were only 4 in the theater. We all started laughing. I said, "She dragging you over to the first one, and you dragged her to this one?" He goes, "How'd you guess?" I said, "Same thing we're doing." So it was quite comical. They were doing this exact same thing. It was funny. So we had a good time with that one. John says, "My wife has a huge camisole some huge purse that we stuff snacks in when we go." Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Sydney, I used to sneak in Taco Bell and rum and Coke to all the theaters when I was a teenager. You don't do that anymore, Sydney? Sydney's my Saturday morning buddy. We'll just leave it at that, won't we, Sydney? But yeah, Sydney, you weren't on here a second ago, probably, when I was talking about the puppy dogs. Well, Sydney's a dog mom. All right, Sydney, do you have your dogs sleep in the same bed with you and your hubby? I'm interested in that. So, okay. All that being said, as we're going along here, I want to get into the No Kings stuff. Yes, I will leave the number here. Anybody wants to call in. Wait, before I do, Sydney just replied. You have all 3 dogs and a cat sleep on your bed or in your bed? That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting, Sydney. Oh my gosh. Yes, I said that. It is disgusting. Ugh. I hope you have to wash your sheets every day, at least. My word. There's a reason God didn't put us together, Sydney. There's a reason for that. Yes. Plus a husband, she says. Well, I would hope so. Yeah. A real husband would kick those animals out of the bed. Yeah, but the real man would do that. But hey, that's my personal opinion. There you go. And the sheets get washed all the time. I would hope so. My gosh. You know, you can save yourself $1,000 a month on water bill just by not having the animals sleep in your bed. So I don't ever want to hear you bitch and complain about not having enough money for something. All right. Because I just showed you a way to save some. There you go. John, my kids let their cats get in their bed. I kicked them out of my room. Oh, God. What's this world coming to? What is this world coming to? Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's get off that subject. We can debate this one all night. And Debbie, if you're out there watching, call me. Call. Lana, call. Yeah. Okay. No Kings. The protest or the whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what. If it was a protest, if you went out to No Kings, more power to you. Great. And see, Tim, No Kings. How about not not liberals? Hi, Tim. John, note for future episodes, VA benefits. I have a story. Okay, we'll do that. All right. So No Kings. I don't know what you want to call it. Was it a protest? Was it a rally? Was it stupidity? I don't know. Was it? I mean, we all know it was TDS. Absolutely, it was TDS. Debbie, I knew it. So she's probably in bed already too. Hopefully, you're watching the World Series. Hey, go Blue Jays! There you go. No liberals. Tim says hi. No liberals. I First of all, what if you were at the No Kings rally and you were participating in it or whatever you want to call it, the protest rally, day, march, doctor's appointment, I don't know what you want to call it. If you were there, call me. I would love to talk to you. I have questions for you. Please explain it. And I know I don't want to get confrontational or argumentative. No, I'm just why? What were you protesting? And we've all seen videos about this everywhere of people talking about it. We don't have a king. U.S. has never had a king. So either you didn't know that and you were marching or protesting because you didn't want one, or I don't know what else it could have been. Honestly, I don't know what else it could have been. Sydney, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is, Sydney. I'm not going to mention any names. She says Mike somebody went, and I don't know who this Mike person was. So I'm sure I know if I saw him, but I don't know who that is. So, oh my gosh, there's so much I want to say about this. So if you're protesting that you don't want a king, to me that means that you think there is a king, right? So if there was a king, you wouldn't be allowed to protest. Remember that. Keep that in mind. And I said this before, I'll say it again. For those who can't see, I just closer to the thing right there. See this? I'll let you figure out what that means. But the current commander-in-chief that we have, our current U.S. president, he is doing exactly what he campaigned on, every single bit of it. Now, you don't like it? That's fine. But Tim, this is the same group of Occupy Wall Street, different day, different cause, same people. Yep. Took the words right out of my mouth. Right. Everything he campaigned on, he is doing. Everything that I voted for him to do. Yes, I voted for 3 times. Everything he said he was going to do, I voted for it to happen. So did 77 million other Americans voted to do that. In your march, protest, get together, doctor's appointment, whatever you want to call it, of No Kings, The number that I keep seeing was 7,000. It's funny how these sevens pop up all the time, or 7,000, 7 million, excuse me. Don't want to cut it short. And I'll grant it, let's say there was 7 million. Let's say there was 7 million. It's been a while since I've done any kind of hardcore math, but I think 7 million is a lot less than 77 million. It's a lot less. So if 7 million don't like it or don't want it, and 77 million do want it, what do you think is more popular? I mean, it's, again, maybe it's this new math that you guys are trying to instill. Maybe it's this common core stuff that you guys feel that seems a bit more. John, same 3 times, but I also voted for Ross Perot because I could already see the fencing of the nation back then. I'm a Ross Perot guy as well. I voted for Ross Perot. Absolutely. I think that was my first time or second time voting. I think it was second time voting for me. Yeah. I was a Ross Perot guy too. If he has done everything that we've asked him to do, or he says he was going to do and we voted for, what are you guys protesting? I don't want people coming in our country illegally. That's the word that a lot of the people on the left don't seem to want to throw in their sentences. What about the word illegally? Don't you want to say? What about the word, illegally, illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, whatever the term. You know what? I want to call them undocumented, blah, 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 blah. All right. I personally know people who were illegal or still are illegal in this country. Have I worked with people like that? Yes, I have when I lived in Florida. I actually lived in a complex where the maintenance guy, fantastic young man from Cuba, didn't speak a lick of English. And through my broken Italian, his broken, or his Hispanic, and our broken English, I said he doesn't speak a lick of English, but he understands English, but he doesn't speak a whole lot. But between our communications, I found out that he's lived in this country for 23 years at the time. 23 years. How can you live in a country for 23 years, and I don't care what country it is, and not want to know the language? I get it if you're in a community of people that speak the same language as you, but you would think after 23 years, you would try to at least assimilate to some of the culture, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm goofy on that part, but that's basically what it boils down to. So we want to secure our borders. That's pretty much done. And now we want to get rid of bad guys, which he's doing, which Trump is doing, which we support. Yes, the 77 million plus support that. And the funny part is you got governors and people in charge of these bigger cities that say, no, we don't want you coming here. Why? What is wrong with getting the bad guys out of the city? I mean, if I had bad guys on my property and I couldn't get them out with my own gun, which I very, very seriously doubt that they would stay. But anyway, let's say I couldn't get them out with my own measures. So we'll leave it that way. Of course, I would want law enforcement to help me get them out. Why? Why not? Explain to me why not. And don't give me this bullcrap out there. He's purposely rounding up individuals. Show me an American who got deported. Show me a legal U.S. citizen who got deported. If there was such a person, don't you think CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, CBS would parade this person all over 24/7 news cycle, would have him on there? Don't you think that would happen? I haven't seen it yet. Let's see, John, did you know it took DJT to implement on EO to designate English as an official language? Oh yeah. The executive orders, right? John's throwing out all these acronyms at me. I'm not in the military, John. I don't know all these acronyms. Yes. English was not the official language of the U.S., but it is now. Another thing that I'm sure if he campaigned on, we would have voted for, because that's something we want. There's 77 million of us plus who wanted that. And I have yet to see somebody who voted for DJT who says they wish they wouldn't. If there's such a person which existed, I would love for them to be on my show. Again, if such a person existed and it was actual and not a fake person that's on there, don't you think, again, all those stations I mentioned a second ago, don't you think they would parade them across there for 24/7? Yeah, they would. Absolutely. Anything to badmouth Trump. Inside Edition, a television show that my mom watches every night. I would predict before the show started if they were going to have a thing on Trump or not, based on what happened during the day. If there was something negative that the media was trying to portray on Trump, they would lead with that story. If he did stuff positive, which happens all the time, they wouldn't even mention it till later on. It's like the first page of the newspaper versus the 32nd page, the back page of a small snippet of the newspaper. Just like that. Yeah, John. He says, oil that mic boom. Yeah. I'll get to it eventually. I'll get to it eventually. But yeah, if there was anything negative to say about Trump, they would lead with that story. If there wasn't, they wouldn't lead with it at all. And to this day, it still happens. It's a prediction show. So yeah, we can talk that No King stuff all day long. We can talk DJT. And now the big thing is the big, beautiful ballroom that's being built, which, again, I think it's much needed. Why would you have dignitaries from around the globe come to your place and have them go out on the lawn with tents? How idiotic is that? When you had another president in the past who built a basketball court. Hey, if that's what the president wants to do, it's their house, go for it. All right. So why not have a place where these folks can come and hang in a classy atmosphere instead of the lawn? Yeah, John says it sounds like opening to the Tales of the Crypt every time I move it. Well, that's the way it goes. It's my show. Send me some oil and I'll use it. How's that? So I don't know the dimensions of this ballroom, but I will promise you it's going to be first class. And here's another thing. Did you see a list of donors for this thing? Man, the liberals, they don't know who to protest anymore. All right, because some of the donors, Apple, Microsoft, so can't use a computer anymore, can you? Nope. T-Mobile, I think Caterpillar. Oh, by the way, talk about could have had a V8. Before Trump's first presidency, Caterpillar stock was, I think, below 100. And I said, you know what? This is time to invest, because everything that Trump's going to be doing is going to have a lot of earth-moving type vehicles. Let's jump on it. But like an idiot, I didn't pull a trigger, and now it's up over 400. Netflix, I was buying and selling when it was between 60 and 70 bucks. Buy a little bit, sell a little bit, buy a little bit, sell a little bit. Then after I sold, I didn't buy anymore. Netflix is over $1,000 now. A share. Could have had a V8. Tesla, I was buying and selling when it was in the low hundreds or mid hundreds. Buying and selling. The last time I sold, didn't buy anymore, and guess what? Now it's over 400 as well. It's skyrocketing. I'm making all these great predictions, but I'm not acting on it. And the ones that I do act on carry it long term. So, and I don't even want to talk about those. So it was not um, a thing there. Let's see here. John agreed. Trump put in a bowling alley. Yeah. Oh, Truman put in a bowling alley. Yeah, Trump. FDR put in a swimming pool. Obama the basketball court. Hell, Clinton added his DNA to the intern's dress. That's good. Antonio, hey buddy, what's going on? Obama's basketball court was a remodel of the tennis court. Okay, he still put it on. You can say that the ballroom is the remodel of the East Wing. All right. What's the difference between what's happening now versus what happened in the past? What's happening now is not paid for by us. In the past, it was paid for by us. Now it's paid for by a bunch of other donors. Look at that, John. I moved it. It didn't even squeak. So, Antonio, I get where you're coming from. I get it, buddy. But you have to, think back, step back and think logically on this one. Okay. And I'm not asking anybody, I'm not directing this to anybody here listening at all. I'm not asking anybody to like or dislike a current president or a past president. I'm just saying facts are facts. You can't like one and not the other. Okay. If you liked the basketball court, the swimming pool, the bowling alley, if you liked all that, if you thought that was fine, you can't say what's happening now is not fine. You can't do that. John, I had Bitcoin when it was less than $10 in 2012. Back then it was called penny stocks, and I got in and out in less than 3 months. V8 moment. Yeah, me too, John. Did that as well. Antonio, wording. Just fix the wording. What do you mean, Antonio? What do you mean just fix the wording? I don't understand what you mean. Just fixing the wording. Yeah, $397 million for taxpayer money for the Obama's renovation. Okay. Speaking of all that, if you are a fan of the left, which if you listen to me at all, you know that I am not. I am on the right side. I am 100% MAGA, and I am proud to say that. Sorry, John, just squeaked again. Yes, I'll get that taken care of. How can you agree with what's going on right now with the government shutdown? How can you agree with that? How can you agree with our soldiers not getting paid? And here's the caveat to this whole thing, or I don't want to say caveat. Here's the weirdness about this whole thing is going to happen. Let's say tomorrow, I doubt this is going to happen. What was this? So, Antonio, I was fixing the wording from building a basketball to just replacing the tennis courts. He's also, Antonio, you're not a politician. All right, good for you, buddy. But if you were, I would promote you on my platform here if we agreed on things. Okay, I have no problem doing that. And if we didn't, I would love for you to come on my platform. So don't rule that out, my friend. Antonio, you're a young man. You have a great head on your shoulders. Use it for something good, either with your family and with your I almost said fiance. I don't know if you guys are engaged yet or not, but hang on to that one, my friend. Yeah, but you got a good head on your shoulders, and you're going to go far in this life if you use it properly. Keep that in mind. All right, I believe in you, my friend. You can do what you want to do in life. Right? You 19? You're 20, 21 years old now, aren't you, buddy? Something like that. Yeah. So you go for it, my friend. Absolutely. Go have fun and work your magic and make a gazillion dollars. And remember your old buddy, Mr. P over here. Okay. John, I've never wanted to be a politician, but at the behest of some local friends, I ran for trustee here in the local school board and won in my second year now. Dude, congrats, man. Antonio, I would love to come on sometime. I've just been working a lot of overtime. Hey, while you're young, do it, my friend. When you're my age, you don't want to work anything. You don't want to work overtime at all. Lana, troops are getting paid. Dems are holding this up. Yep. Troops are getting paid. I heard something today. I don't know if there's any truth to this or not. And Tim, if you're watching this, oh man, what just happened? LA, another shoot. Was that a grand slam? No. Another home run. Is there an anonymous donor anonymous donor who just donated a bunch to pay the military? I heard there was, and I'm not for certain who this anonymous donor was or is, and if that's any truth to that story or not. John, you're a former military dude. Do you know anything about that? Maybe you know. And because I do know that last time on the 15th or whatever it was, that President Trump put on a special thingamabobber somewhere to get the funds to pay the troops, right? Something like that. John, yes, troops are getting paid. I have a colleague that has been deployed to the border here since last year. He is getting paid. Good. My thing is, my whole point of this, isn't there? Lana says, yes, somebody wrote a check. Okay. Somebody wrote a check. I'm going to assume, and I have nothing to base this on other than a gut feeling, I'm going to assume it was Elon that wrote this check to pay the military. Wouldn't that be cool? Man, the liberals, they don't know what to protest anymore. If all these donors are these donors that came by for the not so much for the troops, but for the ballroom, who are they going to protest? If they protest the Apple, they can't use their iPhone. If they protest Microsoft, they can't use their Androids, right? And that they protest T-Mobile, they have to go with a different carrier, right? So who knows all the other donors doing this thing? And I bet there's a bunch of them. Tim said, rumors are not Elon, a guy I never heard of. And Lana says, Elon said he would make sure they are paid. He said this a while back, she says. So we have two conflicting reports right there by two people who I wholeheartedly trust and wholeheartedly respect. So I'm not saying one way or the other, right or wrong. I'm just saying they've got two different reports here. So whatever it is, bottom line is we all agree somebody is paying to get the troops funded, and that's great. And now John says he did. Okay. I'm assuming he said he did, and he's saying that Elon did. Okay. Oh, let's see. Lana says Zuckerberg, Bezos, etc. were donors for the ballroom. Tim is probably right. Okay. So there you go. All right. Tim, we will bow down to you, my friend. Okay. Tim, I got to say it. Tim and we graduated high school together. You weren't at the reunion, my friend. You missed the reunion. We had a great time. I brought some hooch. Yeah. me and Rudy had several, and I'm not going to mention any last names, but me and Rudy had several belts and we had a good time. You should have been there. It was great. We talked about you, what you did at the last reunion, but I won't get into that. But we had a good time. Tim was ill. Bummer. Well, we missed you. That's for certain. Anyway. Okay. So what else do you want to talk about? Here, I've been on for an hour. Doesn't even seem like it yet. Give me a topic, any topic. Bring it on. See if I can talk about it. See, so far we talked about Substack. We talked about um, dating apps and stuff of that sort. John, air traffic controllers are not getting paid, which makes me fearful of flying. Air traffic control. No one's going to purposely, I shouldn't say no one. Chances are they're not going to purposely try to bring down an airplane. Okay. And if you're fearful of flying, then just don't fly. Just don't. See, I came back from Italy a couple of months ago, and American Airlines, the flight going there, 1,000% awesome. I think it was a brand new plane because they had all the upgraded features, and it was great. One coming back, I think it was from the 1940s. It was just a total opposite. Crew, can't complain anything about the crew was 1,000% perfect, spot on both going and coming. American Airlines crew, you do top notch with the crew. Thank you for that. John, it's more about who's watching the hen house when the guard dog is away. Okay. Oh, Tim, how about he wants to stay political? How about 2028? Well, it is way too early for that. Way too early for that. But the obvious choice right now would be JD, with Rubio being VP. A lot of people are saying that. I think that DeSantis from Florida is going to throw his hat in the ring again. I don't think he should. I don't know how long governor can do the terms. Governor terms can be. And who is that dude in Florida that's going to be running for governor? Not Tim Scott. What is his name? John says Vance, Rubio VP, Tim Bose, Rubio all the way. Lana Trump VP. Oh, here's a trivia question for you. How many years can one person legally be president of the United States? Trivia question. How many years can a person legally be president of the United States? Okay, let me rephrase that. What is the maximum amount of years can a person legally be president of the United States? Was the maximum years a person can be? Yeah, I would like to see, and I don't think this will happen. I'd like to see Donald Trump Jr. run for political purposes. I don't think that'll happen, honestly, but we'll see. Lana Gangster Trump. This is a question I heard the other day, and I had to stop and think about it for a second. You know, the question about how many years can one person be president of the United States? What's the maximum amount of years? I mean, Lana says 8 years. Anybody else have guesses? No. Okay. I'll give you guys a few minutes to think about that. How many years can a person at this point in time be president of the United States? And I'll tell you, 8 years is incorrect. 8 years is incorrect. I had to think about this one, and once I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, I get it now. I understand the answer to this one. John, if a former president wins as VP and the president uses the 25th Amendment, he could be president again. Why does it have to be the 25th Amendment? Why does the 25th Amendment have to come into play? And as much as I would love to see Trump as VP, he's not going to take second fiddle to anybody. Sorry, it ain't going to happen. No way. And I don't think anybody would want to be president with Trump being VP. There's no way it's going to happen. Let's see. John, it clarifies that the vice president becomes president if the president dies, resigns, or is removed from office by impeachment. I thought the 25th Amendment, I thought that was if the president went wacko or something. I thought that's what it was. Well, which one am I thinking of? Another amendment. Okay. But John, you're onto it. No, a person can be legally president of the United States for 12 years. Here's why. Think about this. A person can be elected president for 2 terms. Elected. If I become VP and they won in office, for whatever reason, the president dies. Guess what? I am now suddenly the president. So for 4 years, I'm the president, right? And then my first election is becoming president. I can become president for 4 years. Then the next election could come up for my second election for 4 more years. So I can technically be president for 12 years, right? So, because he can be elected twice, only elected twice for 2 terms, only elected for 2 terms. So think about that one, huh? There you go. It's a morbid way to think about it, but it happens that way. It can happen that way, right? Anyway, that was a trivia question that came up the other day. I got it right. Thank you. Why? Because I'm just that damn good. That's right. So, all right, hold on a second here. Oop. There. Okay. So, wait a second. Lana, popcorn isn't carnivore. Yes, I know popcorn isn't carnivore. I kind of faded away from the carnivore, the diet. A little background here. Wait a second. We'll get that in a second. Let me read what John says here. The longest presidential term served by a vice president after the 25th Amendment is approximately 13 years. But this is based on a hypothetical scenario, as no one has ever served that long. The actual longest term served by a vice president who succeeded to the presidency after the 25th Amendment was approximately 6 years and 7 months by Lyndon B. Johnson. Thank you, AI. There you go. Thank you, AI. All right. All right, I got to get rid of a couple of tabs here because it's telling me I have all kinds of crap going on. Okay, there. Okay, so the carnivore. Here we go. Let's talk about the carnivore diet. Now, I get off the politics for a little bit here. Let's get into the health and fitness things. Come on, Blue Jays. Top of the 8th already. We're losing 3-1. Jays, come on. Not good. No bueno. Okay. Go. John, yes, thank you, AI. Tim, what was the happiest moment of this year? We'll get to that in a second. Carnivore. To be a true carnivore diet, you should eat only meat, chicken, and eggs and salt. That is from everything I've been reading, listening to, and watching. I have not been strict carnivore. I was for a few days. And I'm not going to get into reasons why I didn't stick with it. I was mostly carnivore for several weeks, mostly carnivore. I ate eggs and beef quite a bit, chicken here and some fish there as well. But I like vegetables, so I wanted to throw vegetables in there. Now, I will say this, and I've said this several times, and I'll keep saying this. I've interviewed on my fitness channel, health and fitness channel. I've interviewed folks, intermittent fasting, vegans, vegetarians, raw food, carnivore, all kinds of different types of diet or nutritional lifestyles. We'll use that, nutritional lifestyles. I've interviewed a lot of these folks. The one thing they all have in common, or two things, is one, quit eating crap, and two, drink lots of water. Okay. Now, one guy that I follow quite a bit, and I like his style, and I like his attitude, I like everything about him. He says, quit eating crap, drink a lot of water, and eat tons of vegetables. All right. Those are just three things basically he talks about. Does he get into more detail? Yeah, he does. But those are the main things. So he says eat tons of vegetables. Other folks I've talked to, Lana being one of them, who is on the carnivore diet, strictly meat, eggs, chicken, and fish. That's it. John, hydrogenated water. You know, I got a story about that one too, John. The strict carnivore diet. And the first time I've heard about it before, but I really never looked into it. And about a year ago, I sat down with somebody. It was and I'm part of the Clinton Lions Club, and Lions Club is a national service organization globally. So we had a function, and I sat down with a guest that we had there. Oh, he was safe. I sat down with a guest who he had there, and the last time I saw him several years before, he was pretty large individual, 300 plus pounds. And now when I saw him, he was, I don't want to say skinny, but he was extremely fit, had muscles, everything else. I asked him, so being in the field, the health and fitness field, I asked him, what are you doing? He says, one day I just got sick of everything. I didn't like what my wife was cooking at home. I was just sick and tired of being overweight and not being able to do anything. So I said, screw it. I went to the store. I bought 2 steaks. He said, and I cooked the steaks. And I told my wife, I'm only going to eat meat from now on. So if you want to buy something else, great. But for me, it's just going to be meat. And he says in 18 months, he dropped like 180 pounds. And he says he's never felt better. He had horrible gout when it started. And he said the first week or so he was on this, the gout flared up and he could hardly stand it. But then overnight, boom, the gout went away and he hadn't had an issue of gout since. And he's feeling better than he ever felt in his life. So that got me thinking, okay, maybe I should get on this. I don't have gout or anything, but maybe I should look into this carnivore more and more, which I started doing. And then with Lana, she does carnivore. I'm not going to get into her whole story at this point, but she does a lot of carnivore. And she's very, very, very well-versed, very knowledgeable of all kinds of nutrition, vitamins, and things of that sort. She is a go-to person for that. So I would highly recommend if anybody's interested in that. The line just says, I cheated though. So I'm going on a 10-day water fast to start over. Oh, 10-day water fast. Another person I talked to was fasting. The most I fasted was 3 days or 72 hours. And I will tell you, sorry about that, John. Sweet again. I've done a 72-hour fast. The most I've gone. The first day was rough. I will admit the first day was rough. The only thing I did is I drank water and coffee. That's it. Nothing else. No vitamins, no electrolytes, no salt, no nothing. Just water and coffee. First day was rough. I was dragging ass that night. I wanted so bad to eat something that the night because I started in the evening at 6 o'clock in the evening. By 6 o'clock the following evening, it was rough. 6 o'clock the next evening, not so bad. And I was working out every time during this. The third day, coming to the 72-hour mark. About the 70-hour mark is when I worked out. And you talk about somebody having more energy than I've ever had in my entire life. I mean, I was bouncing off the walls. I had so much energy. I did my full workout, and I was doing P90X at the time. I forgot which workout it was. And I was done. I said, I should do this again. I mean, I had so much freaking energy going on. It was scary how much energy I had in a good way, in a good way. But I said, no, I want to stick with my goal and do the 72 hours. And at the 72-hour mark, I had some fish and a salad. And so, yeah, I am wholeheartedly for doing a water fast or fasting, juice fast, water fast, however you want to look at it. The trick is, in my opinion, to figure out how you're going to come out of your fast. And if you're going to fast to jumpstart, like Lana says, you're going to jumpstart something. To jumpstart it, you got to do at least a 72-hour fast. Now, somebody else that I follow has a whole dietary plan that he implements. He doesn't say you have to eat this or eat that, but he says in the morning, eat protein, and do your workouts in the morning. For your lunch, eat protein, and for your dinners, when you eat your carbs. I want to say carb load. It's not it. Just eat your carb. Eat your biggest meal at dinner and quit eating 3 or 4 hours before you go to bed. And no alcohol. When I said, whoop, I'm out. I didn't say that. Nobody said no alcohol. Tim, I watched the P90X dads. It didn't work. What is the P90X dads? Or I mean the DVDs. Well, if you watch them, of course they don't work. But I'll tell you right now, you follow that. All right, now I got to go back. Now we have all kinds of people going on here. Let's see. Lana and John are going back and forth with their sea salt and everything else. That's something I don't even know where to get sea salt. Let's see. Water fast reset your body completely. Dodgers just did something. What? I don't know what the Dodgers did. I don't like what they did though. Was it a home run? I don't know what the score is at this point. What a score, guys. 3-1 still. Okay. Water reset your body. Celtic sea salt. Okay. Tim says, I watched the P90X dads. It didn't work. I'm assuming you meant DVDs. Jonathan, hey, yo, what's up, JD? Let's see here. Lana, 72 hours of water fast. You get autophagy. Come out fast. Drink bone broth. You know, I don't think I've ever drunk bone broth. DVDs. Well, Tim, you're not supposed to just watch them. You're supposed to do them. And I'll tell you right now. Thank you, JD. The P90X, my friend, I'm telling you what, if you are true and you leave your ego at the door and you follow the DVDs and you follow the workouts, that workout will kick your ass. I am not kidding. To this day, I still do the P90X stuff. I love it that much. I never did the P90X 2, and then I have P90X 3, and then they have P90X Plus, which I love those videos as well. But the original P90X program, you follow that. If you follow that true to its form, and I'll be the first to admit I didn't do the dietary part of it. I didn't follow the dietary part of it, but the workout part of it, oh, I did it. And I am telling you, you follow that, true to its form, oh, damn it, Blue Jays, it will kick your ass, and you will get stronger and probably better shape than you ever have been in your life. And it is no joke. It is no joke. um, let's see, man. So diet. John, dude, you're a rock star if you're still doing P90X, bro. Yeah, I am still doing P90X. I don't do the leg workouts, and here's why. It's not that I don't like them. Well, first of all, I don't like them. But but I feel I get plenty of work with my legs because I do a lot of walking and some stairs and things of that sort. So, and I don't want to grow my legs. My legs are big enough as they are. I am more of the upper body and the abs part of everything. Um, so I'm doing the upper body parts, and I'm in love with DDP yoga as well. I do DDP yoga, so I do a hybrid of them. But do I do the P90X DVDs? Do I follow along with them? Yeah, absolutely. I've done several of those workouts, probably hundreds of times, and that's no joke, hundreds of times. A few of those workouts, and it is all I do. I do strictly body weight. The heaviest weight that I have is a 25-pound dumbbell. And no, not me. No, 25-pound dumbbell and a pull-up bar. And of course, that's body weight. So pull-ups, push-ups, and a 25-pound dumbbell. It'll rock your world. I am telling you what, that will rock your world. Lana, he has a six-pack. No. I do have a washboard stomach, but it's covered up with dirty laundry right now. There you go. Ha ha ha. But John, yeah, my legs are fine. I need to focus on my core. That's where I'm struggling. Well, if you know you're struggling, do something about it. Topic of my next video, my next podcast. There you go. If you know you're struggling with something, do something about it. And I'll give you a good case in point, non-physical related. I know I have been struggling in the past with marketing myself. I'm not, or I have not been good at marketing. That is changing. I'm working on that. So there you go. If you know what you're struggling in, fix it, work on it. Lana, your calves are your second heart pump. So at least do tippy toes a few times to pump your calves. Good point. Good point. Absolutely. There is a program out there, and I don't want to promote this too much because I fell out of favor with this young man. And I've interviewed him before, and at the time he was great. And I interviewed him, and I'll tell you why. There's a program called Chiseled in 30, which I have done before, and it's a DVD program as well. I have it. It's a 2-part series, and you do one workout 5 days a week, then you rest 2 days and do the same workout 5 days, and so on and so forth. You do that for 3 weeks. Then phase 2 is a different workout. You do it for 5 days, off 2, 5 days off 2, 5 days off 2. And it's called Chisel on 30. So you're actually doing 30 workouts, and it's all body weight, push-ups. I don't want to say sit-ups, but push-ups, all body weight stuff, and without the pull-ups thrown in, and jump rope. That thing works you as well. I fell out of favor with the young man, the gentleman, he's about my age or so, because the DVDs I have that I purchased, I have no problem purchasing, so I purchased the workouts from the guy. The phase 2 is, for whatever reason, that DVD does not play. And for life of me, I can't remember all the exercises, all the movements, all the things that he did in the second phase. So I emailed him, and of course he knows me because I interviewed him. I was one of his first interviews. He knows who I am. I interviewed him. I said, dude, I'm not asking for a handout. I'm not asking for anything, but can you list the workouts or the exercises you did on that? I think there's 8 or 9 exercises because I wanted to be true to the program, right? Writes back, I'm too busy. I can't do that. You can kiss my ass. Really, dude? As long as it took you to type, I'm too busy. You couldn't say this, 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 and this. You couldn't say that. Really? I wasn't asking you for the DVDs. I wasn't asking you for a hand. I wasn't asking you for anything other than just list the exercises on there. I can figure out the rest of the way because I've done it before. I just didn't remember all of them. And I've searched and searched and searched and searched and searched, and I can't find out the second phase of this thing. But I will eventually. I'm sure if I type it in some AI program, I can find it. All right? I'm not going to get into it, and also I'm an affiliate of his. An affiliate marketing means that if I promote something that you have on the internet and I have a special link that has a code in it and somebody buys your stuff through my code, I'm going to get a percentage of that. It's affiliate marketing. It's just like a sales. I'm going to get a commission for selling a product, right? That's what affiliate marketing is. I got a notice about 3-4 months ago that one of this guy's programs sold through a link of mine that I have. So I should get the commission is like $25-30. It was a high-end program. I never got the commission. So I emailed him. I said, dude, I on this particular platform, this is what the guy bought. This is what the person purchased on this particular day, blah, 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 blah. I said, when can I expect the commission coming into me? He says, I don't have that in my records. It's not in my records anywhere. Are you effing kidding me? How did I get it? And I give you all the information. So you know what? So you can kiss my ass at this point. It pisses me off when some of that happens. You know what? Yeah, whatever. John, as a former military, I am ashamed to be in as poor shape as I am. Hey, what did Secretary of War Hex say? Get your ass in shape. But my kids are all over me about it now since my heart attack. You had a heart attack 3 years ago, John? I didn't know that. My buddy, dude, you're killing me. Yeah, you're right, Lana. It's terrible customer service. Absolutely, it's terrible customer service. Yeah. So, sorry, John. Squeaked again. All right. Sorry. But hey, it is what it is. I'm not going to chase the guy. I'm just not going to promote him anymore. John, it was killing me. What was killing you? Your heart attack was killing you? Well, yeah, that's what heart attacks are designed to do, my friend. But I'll give you a tip here, John, and I have no affiliation with this whatsoever. I wish I did. I didn't play my cards right, or I should have. DDP Yoga. That's right. Diamond Dallas Page Yoga. DDPY, I do believe it's called now. I would go to his website, get the app, get the DVDs, get whatever, follow it. I am telling you what, I told you I fell in love with yoga. This is not traditional yoga whatsoever. Research it, do your research, watch some of the stuff, watch some of his interviews, watch some of the other folks that and find out why DDP started this or what brought him to this. I am telling you, anybody our age that doesn't want to do the P90X type workouts or that strength type workouts, which I get. Do I want to do them? I enjoy the burn I get to an extent. I love the pump I get when I'm done with it. But yoga is a whole nother ball game, my friend. That I've never sweated so much in a 3-foot square area than I have with DDP yoga. Some of those hour-long workouts that he has, my word, dude. Oh, John, me was killing me. Bad diet, bad exercise regimen, just bad. I can understand the bad exercise regimen. People our age get into that, are doing that, are not exercising. Great. I shouldn't say great. It's cool. I get it, whatever. But here's the thing, and Lana and I have talked about this one-on-one as well. Diet, especially at our age, diet is People say diet is 50% of the of your health. No, diet is probably more than 90% of your health. Exercise is exercise. Whether you walk around a block, whether you go to do a 3-hour, weight workout. Exercise is exercise. Moving your body is what it takes, especially at our age. And John, you're a year older than I am, if I recall. John, I was playing tennis every day from 2017 to 2021 as a coach. Then I stopped coaching. Within a year, I had a heart attack. No damage. Lana, walking is great exercise. Swimming is great. Yeah, you're right. 90% of your health is definitely diet. Yeah, I would even say a little bit more than that, John, but let's say 90%. Here's the thing, John, and I'm not directing this towards you. I'm directing this to anybody watching this, which is our age or basically any age, especially if you're over 50. If you're over 40, especially over 50, we know as adults what we shouldn't eat. Okay, we know what is bad for us. We know. Yes, I know. All right. Now, I can make arguments about this one, but we know what is bad for us. We don't always know what's good for us. I know it's kind of an oxymoron there. I know it's kind of counterintuitive, if you will. If we know what's bad for us, then we should assume we know what's good for us. Not necessarily. When you look at it, step back and look at it objectively, you're going to say, you know what, Andrew has something there. I used to say, and here's what I used to say, Tim, what exercise is best for fibromyalgia? I will tell you, Tim, I am not up on fibromyalgia, and I'll tell you why. I've never researched it, but I have interviewed 2 ladies about fibromyalgia a long time ago. I can reach out to them, and I will for you, and hopefully they still remember me, because this was when I lived in Florida, so this was back in 2010, 2011. Both of these ladies, and I'll talk to them about it. But Lana might be able to answer that more than I can. If you're listening still, Lana, fibromyalgia. What is this here? Physical therapy has been great for me over the past 6 months. JD, okay, yeah. JD is a unique individual. He is JD. I don't want to get into it. I mean, if you want to talk about it, great, or just put it on here, we'll get into it. But he's in a unique situation compared to most people. See, John, I stayed away from carbs and sugar and eat protein and fat often. I just sometimes have to really focus on the macros I am putting into my body. Yeah, okay, I get it. And you know that, and you're focusing on that. The guy I told you about before, who I interviewed, it's called the $1 Million Body Method. What the heck is his name? Why is it escaping me right now? Gosh darn it. I'll think about it before this is over. But his whole methodology or mindset is more in line with mine than anything, because I am not a calorie counter whatsoever. A guy that drives me nuts would be a calorie counter. And I talked with somebody, an interview I just did with the guy, we talked about that and different ways to look at it. And it was pretty, he had like a Jedi mind trick when it comes to calorie counting. It was pretty ingenious. But protein in the morning. And here's the thing with protein. Take your body weight. Now, some people say take the body weight you want to be. Either way, whichever is more beneficial to you, whatever way you want to think about it, whatever body weight you are or body weight you want to be, eat that in pounds. So for instance, if you're 200 pounds, eat 200 grams of protein per day. Now it's actually like 0.723 or something like that, but just round it up. It's 200 pounds of protein, 200 grams of protein per day. Okay. Don't eat any carbs, or try to avoid as many carbs as possible until later on, until your last meal of the day, and have your last meal a few hours before you go to bed. First thing you do when you wake up in the morning, drink 12 to 20 ounces of water first thing every morning. Yeah, you're going to think that's a lot, but drink it every morning and do something exercise wise for 60 seconds to 2 minutes. That's going to get your heart rate just jumping right away. Whether it's jumping jacks, bicycles, the dreaded burpees that nobody likes. Do something for 2 minutes right away. It's going to jumpstart that. And if you want to do a workout afterwards, go for it. But work out sometime during the day, but at least do that. And then protein and fat for breakfast, protein and fat for lunch, and protein again if you want to, and consume all your carbs, your last meal of the day. Do that, and for 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to see what happens. Oh, and once a week, do a 24-hour fast. Do that. Okay. Now people are getting way ahead of me here. Okay. Here. Let's see. I saw his profile. He's a rock star. Who's a John JD? Yeah, JD is a rock star, y'all. JD is off the hook, my friends. JD has something going on. I'm telling you what. JD is a good guy to follow. His podcasts are good as well. Nate Palmer, exactly. Nate, that's my buddy Nate. Yeah, I could reach out to Nate right now if I needed to, and I could probably get him on the line if I needed to as well. He's a ball of fire. Nate is wild. I'm telling you what. Lana, we should all eat anti-inflammatory foods, omegas, sea salt, and minerals. If I had fibromyalgia, I would take ivermectin in water fast 48 hours each week to start with. There you go, Tim. If you're still watching, still listening, there you go. John, so you're saying I should eat 16 ounces of ribeye every day? Sure. If you can afford it, go for it. Lana, add lemon juice with that first glass of water. Helps your organs and liver and add some mineral. Okay. John, okay. They don't make a 7-ounce ribeye, so I'll get the 16-ounce ribeye. Okay. John, oh, you know it's hopping off. Thank you, Tim. Thanks for being here, my friend. He's out of here. Thank you, Tim. I hope you got some information there. John, let me know if you want to come on. No, John, probably not tonight because I'm not going to stay on much longer, JD, but appreciate it on there. I'm not going to stay on much longer. I've been on for an hour and a half. Oh, look at that. StreamYard is going to kick me off pretty soon because I think my queue is full. I got to work on that. Right, so we'll definitely get on and do this again sometime. But yeah, this has been beneficial to a lot of people. I think this has been a fun activity tonight. My Blue Jays, bottom of the ninth right now. Guys, come on. But anyway, yeah, John, if you do what I just told you, protein morning, protein afternoon, protein and fat, have your carbs in the evening. 2 to 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed. Drink plenty of water. First thing, water in the morning. 16 ounces of water if you can, if not more, right away. Boom, do that. Do something that's going to pump your heart, get it going right away. Whatever that means to you. If that's just walking around the house, great. I know you had a heart attack, so whatever that means. If you can do the burpees, great. Get on the exercise bike and ride fast for 2 minutes. Get your heart going. Boom, right away. Wake your heart up. John, food is medicine. You're all right. Food is medicine. Who else did I interview? Her name is Lisa. I haven't interviewed her yet, but she's a friend of mine. We're working on getting together, doing something, collaborating on something. She is a bona fide doctor type person where she has a medical MD, all the medical stuff. And she's basically saying Forget the medicine. And she knows, he has all the know-how about that, and all with proper nutrition. She's all about that now. So she's a rock star with that crap. I'm telling you what. Yeah. So hopefully one of these days, actually see if I can get her to join this show. As I'm drinking whiskey, we're talking about nutrition. There you go. Huh? Go figure. Anyway, boy, it's amazing now that I'm thinking about it. All the folks who I've interviewed in the past, I have over 200 interviews. Some of these folks who I've interviewed were nothing at the time I interviewed him. I mean, nothing. And by that, I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying they had 0 followers. Then they blew up. One such person, which I won't mention her name, after I interviewed her a few years later, she was on covers of fitness magazines, everything. And if I reached out to her now, I don't know if she would remember me or not. I have no idea. Another gentleman, his name is Chef Todd. I see his videos everywhere now. I interviewed him when he was nobody. And again, I'm not saying that in a negative way, because we were all nobodies at one point. I don't know if he'll remember me or not either. Nate Palmer, which we talked about. Yes, he knows who I am. Absolutely. I can get him on. No problem. Brandon Ritchie is another dude. He was a strength trainer for one of the Georgia college teams, football teams. I don't think it was the Georgia Bulldogs, but he was a strength trainer for one of them. He was up there big time. Oh, Lana, Tim's question, the happiest thing this year, food. Eat to live, don't live to eat. There you go. Tim's question, the happiest thing this year, VA rating increase. Been fighting for it for 5 years. VA rating increase. All right. I don't know what that means. I know the VA hospital. What do you mean the rating increase? Is that a good thing? I'm assuming the rating increase to for them to be better, or they are good. They just needed to be more, what you want to call it, more. I don't know, John. Disability rating. Okay, disability rating increase. What do you mean by that, John? I don't know what you mean by that, buddy. You want their rating to be better, or they are good, they're not known for it, or I don't know what you mean by rating, disability rating increase. Right? Tim's question, the happiest thing this year. So this is the end of October, the happiest thing this year. Wow. John, it is better than it was for me. So that means for you it was bad? I'm sorry to be so not understanding, John, but it's as vague. You have to convey it differently. Okay, was it bad for you and it's better now, or was it a rating increase for a service-related injury? I don't know what you mean by a rating increase. All right. Lana, it's a struggle to get disability as a veteran. They make it better, I think, is what he is trying to say. They made it better. Okay. If that's what you're trying to say, okay. Okay. I hope that's what it is. Or it's hard to get it. Okay. Blue Jays are killing me here. You scored too many runs last night. The happiest thing that happened to me this year. This may be. Oh, for me, all right. My trip to Italy, by far. How did I forget that? But my trip to Italy was by far the happiest thing that happened to me this year. I spent just shy of 2 weeks over there with my my cousins in Italy, and for me, I couldn't ask for a better time Couldn't ask for a better situation. And I've talked about it in the past. From when I landed to when I took off, I mean, it was the very best vacation, very best time, very best 2 weeks I've ever had in my life. It was just neat seeing family. And my sister and I discussed this before as well. John, yes, I have some bulging discs that happened on the ship over 40 years ago. They're just now getting to it. Wow. Trip videos were awesome. Thank you. Lana, did you know that pregnancy is considered a disability according to insurance? A lot of insurance companies don't cover it. Insurance companies don't cover disability? JD, meeting me is the best thing that happened to the happiest thing. I tell you what, JD. And if you're a frequent flyer of my my shows here, JD has been a welcome guest on here. We have talked endlessly on here, and the great part is him and I, we just flow with conversation. The not so great part is, and yeah, JD, I'm going to divulge this, is that we both have a love for professional wrestling, and for whatever reason, it always goes toward that. And when it does, the viewers just leave. So, John, 80s response, brown noser. I don't know what you mean by that, John. 80s response, brown noser. Dodgers won. You suck, Dodgers. Dodgers suck. All right, they beat my Blue Jays. So no, the happiest is my trip. I know, as simplistic as this may seem to some folks, to me it was the highlight of my day when I got to sit down with my cousins and my only surviving aunt over there and just have coffee with them. The little espressos, getting in little bitty cups about this big. I would live for that. I absolutely live for that. And I made it a point with my aunt Zia Rena, as we call her. I made it a point every morning, because where I was staying was my cousin's house, her daughter, basically, staying in her house, which like a 2-block walk from there. And if you watch my videos, you saw how I was walking there. I made it a point every morning to go have coffee with my aunt. There are several reasons why I do that. One, I enjoy it. And two, I don't feel obligated. It's just part of my life was there a long time ago. I'm not going to get into it here. Okay, JD, we can have a show about his disability. Oh, we can do that, JD. Let's do that one day. Yeah. And exercise with disabilities. Oh, JD, I would love to do that. Absolutely. JD is confined to a wheelchair, has been since birth. And we'll talk about that. Yeah, I'd love to have you on the show. John's going to send me a message. Great. Lon, that was so sweet. Your auntie really loved that. Oh, absolutely, she does. Oh, I have a good time with her. She's getting old now, doesn't always understand everything, but no, I'd go to have coffee with her, and it was a gathering point. Other cousins showed up there, and one of my cousins, when him and I went to several different road trips together when I was there, and I said, "Well, you're going to pick me up over at Aunt Rena's house, Zia Rena's house." He says, "Great," because he showed up there and he had a coffee with her as well. So, and then her sons come over, and their daughter, of course, and the grandkids. So we always get together. They have a great big table. the kitchen table. We all just sat around there and had coffee. Nothing like coffee with a little bit of hooch in the morning either. That's fantastic. um, JD, he's not brown nosing. It's showing out a good person and good colleague. And dare I say, potentially a good friend. Yeah, absolutely, JD. You can say that. Yeah, JD and I, we've become best of friends on the internet. We have never met personally. One of these days, I'm sure we will. And here's the thing: when JD comes on, and this is him saying this, and I'm going to adhere to it as much as I am against it. And he knows I'm talking about it here. When he comes on, we're going to call this segment Popcorn and Whiskey and Weed. Okay. We'll just leave it at that. He knows I don't partake in that, but he does. uh, Lana, John, swimming takes off the pressures of your spine. I used to hand it on the sides of the pool. Lana, John was an avid swimmer. He still holds records at our high school for swimming. John was one of the elites. He knows all about swimming. Why he doesn't do it now, I don't know, but he was one of the elites. He graduated a year before I did, but he was one of the elites when it come to the pool. He knows about that. JD, Media Mayhem, popcorn and whiskey and weed. Oh my gosh. There's a squeak again. So, outside of that, the happiest moment. To me, it's all about family. It always has been. So, outside of family, I don't know if I can pinpoint one particular happiest moment. I can pinpoint several happy moments. I mean, I can still visually some of the conversations I've had personally with Lana. Of course, she's on here. JD, you and I have had conversations both on air and off air. I can pinpoint that as well, conversation wise. John, his record was broken in 2012, Andrew, but it stood for from 1984 to 2012. Not too shabby. Yeah. Let's see here. Lana getting my pond dredged out. Yeah, that was a heavy moment. Yeah. I have my dad, long story short, I live in a property my mom and dad built. Okay. They have a beautiful pond in the backyard. I mean, the property is breathtaking. The whole area here is breathtaking. Most people who see it fall in love with it. They absolutely love it. And I'm one of them. The pond has been built since 1990, 1992, something like that, the pond. And so over the years, a lot of what they call silt comes into the pond. That's erosion from nearby dirt. I have farm fields all around me. Cornfield over here, bean field was back there, and another field over here, which is the field for the back in the back 40 is another cornfield. And then next to me, I have a field for the local elementary school. And so when it rains, all the water from the fields rush into the pond, and all the particles of dirt over the years come in and start filling up, and it's called silt. Okay. So what happens with the silt is eventually it fills up the pond. And the shallower a pond gets, the quicker the algae builds up in the pond, because algae is fueled by direct sunlight and moisture and sunlight. So when the pond is shallow, and it's warm water, the weather starts getting warmer and the sunlight hits it, the algae starts to build. Okay. All right, Lana. Lana says it's called turtle poop. Yeah, I had tons of turtles in here too. So what had happened is I've been throwing different chemicals in there, some legal, some not legal, throwing in the water. Yes, you heard that right. Um, and by illegal and not legal, I mean you not arrested legal, but stuff that wasn't supposed to be put in the pond. Okay. Um, this last year, it was not doing it. It was not controlling it. The algae started coming up way too quickly for the chemicals to really take effect. So I found this dude who can dredge out the pond. Because at first I was looking for anybody that could bring a backhoe in and scoop out the pond, which I had several quotes from people who can do it, but it would also tear up the yard. It would tear up the sides of the pond. Then I wouldn't know what to do with all the stuff he's being pulled out of there. It would have been a lot of days, if not weeks of work to get it back to normal. Then by chance, I contacted some guy. He says, yeah, he comes out, look at the pond. He said, come out like a big old vacuum cleaner, dredging the pond, big old vacuum cleaner, and sucks out the bottom of the pond. So they came in, and in 2 days, about half of the pond, they took out a good 2 to 3 feet in places of this silt at the bottom. And we've had a drought this year. We've hardly had any rain, and my pond is a good 2 or 3 foot low. And if he didn't get out that silt, there would be no water on the backside of the pond. That's how low the pond is now. But he took out to 2 or 3 feet, so we still have another 2 feet of water in there, and the algae hasn't came back. So that's good. All right. So those 2 days were extremely happy. The sad part was I had to pay for it, unfortunately. Yeah, it was a pretty penny, but it was, to me, it's been well worth it. I will see next year in the springtime how worth it will be. I have a paddle boat that I put a trolling motor on, and if the algae doesn't come up, I'm going to move the trolling motor from the back of the boat to the middle of the boat. So it's easier to control, and it's easier to work, and it's easier to maneuver, and I can still use the back for different things. But it's a whole different ball game. Maybe I'll do a live stream about that sometime. But I can't do that until next year, until next spring, to see how it all works out. So yeah, that was a couple of happy days of pond dredging. A happy time has happened recently. I tell you this, mom has a convertible that when dad was alive, he bought a convertible for him and mom. It was it still is a 1980 Chevy Camaro convertible that he bought for him and mom so they can drive around. And when he passed, mom didn't have the heart to get rid of it. So her and I go out every so often, and she'll drive it by herself because she doesn't like to drive. But me and her will go out on usually on Sundays and just ride around. So we went a couple Sundays ago. The weather was perfect. I mean, you couldn't ask for better weather for the convertible. Had it top down. It was actually a little chilly on the highway, so we put the top up, or we just roll up the windows and turn the heater on. So there you go. Yeah, you do that. If you had a convertible, if you don't, you don't get it. But that's the way it goes. So we went, instead of going out to eat, which I don't mind going out to eat, but first of all, it costs way too much. And second of all, it's just not enjoyable to me. Because I'm thinking, if I get a burger, I could do the same thing at home for fractions of the cost. I don't like to get steak out because I think it's way overpriced. I'm definitely not getting any kind of Italian or pasta meals out. No way. Don, if it fixes your surrounding environment more pleasant, it was totally worth it. And whatever you paid. You're right, John. You're right. You're right. Yes, I have it. I don't have it. My mom has 1980. Did I say 1980? No, it's a 19. Where did I come up with 1980? I guess because we're talking here. It's a 2000 Chevy convertible Camaro. What did I say? 1980, a 2000, the year 2000 Chevy convertible. It's a white one, beautiful car. So her and I went driving around. We stopped at a grocery store and got a loaf of Italian bread, some mustard and pickled vegetables called giardiniera. In American, it's giardiniera in Italian. And we got some mortadella or mortadella. If you never had it, some people say it's like Italian bologna, but whatever. And the trick is to get it cut as thin as possible. I mean, if you can see through it, that's what you need to do. But the thinner you can get it cut, the better. And we went to a local park and just watched the cars go by and the people go walking and kids playing, everything else. We made sandwiches. Mom called her sister in Italy when we were sitting there making sandwiches, sitting in the car. We had some water. Didn't want to bring any wine because I'm driving and blah, blah, blah. And we just had a good old time. Spent about an hour and a half just sitting there, just chit-chatting, watching. She's talking to her sister. We're eating the sandwiches. And it was about 1/3 of the cost of going to a restaurant. Had a great time. We really enjoyed it and just driving around, and it was just good. And John Jardinette, I love it. Yeah, especially if you get the right one. If you have a place called Restaurant Depot by you, you can get a gallon of the stuff for like $20. The best you're ever going to have. I've had them from all over the place. This is by far the best I've ever had. I keep it in. I'll take it out of the gallon jugs and put it in smaller jars and keep it in the refrigerator. And when that jar gets empty, I'll fill it up again with the jugs. And I keep the jug in the pantry. Basically, all I do. Yeah. Lorna, you're a good son. But here's the thing. Hey, my TV just went off. That's wild. Oh, it's squeaked again, John. Sorry. When I was in Italy, that's what we did quite a bit. My cousins and I, we get little buns or a little Italian bread about this big, and we get the mortadella. And when we go up in the mountains, we just have mortadella sandwiches. It was great, and of course, we had beer or wine, of course. And it was great. If you can do that, I would highly encourage you to do that. Even if you're by yourself, do it. I will tell you right now, the best grilled cheese sandwich you will ever have. Best grilled cheese sandwich. You get mortadella cut or sliced really thin. You can't have it thick or it won't work. The thinner you can get it sliced, the better it is. Okay, keep that in mind. Italian bread, mortadella, provolone cheese. You make grilled cheese sandwiches with that, you will never go back to the other way. I will promise you that. Wow. Butter the bread, just like you do a regular grilled cheese sandwich, but instead you use mortadella and provolone cheese. Wow. You talk about heaven, a grilled cheese sandwich, a heaven grilled cheese sandwich. That's right, John. That's the way my parents do it. We do that all day long. Yeah. Look at the stuff you get here on Popcorn and Whiskey. Man, I'm telling you guys how to make grilled cheese sandwiches. There you go. John, I guess I was spoiled growing up in Clinton. All the good, authentic Italian food that was, good thank food that was sold right at the grocery store. There you go. Here you go. I guess I was spoiled growing up in Clinton. All the good, authentic Italian food that was sold right in grocery stores. Yep, absolutely. Lana. Chocolate croissant. Okay. John, on Texas toast. A little too thick for me, buddy. I like Texas toast, but a little too thick. Lana. Are you saying you go Italian, you never go back? You got to find out, Lana. You got to find out on yourself. Okay. JD, cheddar cheese on my grilled cheese. JD, I'm telling you what, you do what I just told you. You're going to say cheddar cheese. You're going to take second fiddle to what I'm talking about. Even if you just get provolone, but you throw mortadella with that, you get the bread, Italian bread, provolone, mortadella, provolone, bread, and then just flip it every so often. I'm telling you what, dude, you do that, you're gonna want to slap your mama. It's so good. And absolutely gonna make you write songs about the devil. There you go. You do like provolone. All right. Hey, Lana, do you know where, and I don't know if you're listening at the beginning, John lives in Bryan, Texas, and you live in Corpus Christi. Is that close to each other? Are you guys close to each other? I don't know. Because I keep telling Lana I'm going to come down and visit her one of these days. John, smoked provolone, grilled cheese. There we go. Smoked provolone, grilled cheese with a thick slab of prosciutto on Texas toast. Well, there you had me until you said thick slab of prosciutto. No, prosciutto is another one you cut thin. You don't. It's not. No, it's not. It's not thick. Prosciutto's got to be thin. All right. John, close in Texas terms. I don't know what that is. Here you go, John. Just down the road. That's a Texas saying. Hey, is it true from the top of the north part of Texas to the bottom part of Texas, if you drive it straight, it's at least an 8-hour drive, if not longer? Is that true? You guys tell me. I've heard that before. I mean, I don't know. I've never driven it. Don't plan on it in the near future. But I heard that's what it is. Okay. Holy moly. You know, I've been yapping for 2 hours. Now, that's talent, folks. I'm telling you, that is a talent. When you can be on here and yap for 2 hours and still have people staying on the line following you. Now, yes, I've had a lot of help. Yes, a lot of help. Thank you, John. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, JD. Antonio was there earlier. Thank you, guys. This has been a fun episode. Holy moly. See, John says, yep, some east to west. Lana, 6 days across Texas. Lobach is 11 hours from me. Are you kidding me? 11-hour drive? No way. No way. Is it? Oh, wow. I drove to Corpus Christi last summer and it took 5 hours. Holy crap. JD, great show. Glad we all got to some attention. I appreciate it. You guys have been great tonight. I'm going to stop it here. It is 11 o'clock my time. Hey, next week we change times. Look at that. Europe changes times tonight. My cousins were 6 hours ahead of me. Tomorrow they're going to be 5 hours ahead of me for a week, and then we'll go back to 6 hours. John, it's only 7 hours of Luckenbach, Lubbock, Texas, Chewbacca, Texas. Oh, well, whatever. Hey. Texas is bigger than a lot of countries. Oh, I bet. So anyway, all right. I'm going to get off of here now. I can't say enough for all you guys. Lubbock, Texas. All right. Say that 10 times fast when you've been drinking. Lubbock, Texas. Okay. Thank you, everybody. It's been great. We'll do this again soon. You all been wonderful. My gosh, if I stay on here and tell you how my heart feels right now, I'll start bawling. So I'm not going to do that. So you guys rock. Thank you. All right. I will I'll say over and out. Well, one last hurrah. Cheers, my friends. Thank you all. Next time somebody call in. All right. What the heck? I know. Yes, JD. Yes, I know. You're always welcome. And today I was looking for call-ins today, not live streams. Okay. We're definitely gonna have you on, JD. Absolutely, my friend. You got this. All right. So, all right. Texas, goodbye. As usual. Until next time, this is me. My name is Andrew. I am the face who runs the place, Popcorn and Whiskey. Good night, y'all. There you go. Texas for you. Good night, y'all. All right. Hey, we'll talk about different accents from different states next time, too. All right. Hold me to it. Okay. Ciao.